Okay, here we go. One of the last few times I'm ever gonna start this Mustang. Yeah, so I got big news. I am getting a new car. Actually, it's not new. It's used, of course, but it's new to me, and still that's very exciting. So first of all, I want to say that I'm doing a little bit different of a camera view this morning, a little POV action for you. I just wanted to document what it's like to drive this car. For me, I mean, I know everybody knows what it's like to drive an SN95 Mustang. These things are just a dime a dozen. They're everywhere. Everyone's driven one at least once. I know it. So this is for me. I mean, this car is going away in about a week. So it's, yeah, I want to make sure that I have something to remember. And, you know, now that this car is something to, you know, it's not very memorable, but it's, you know, I've lived with this car for 3.5 years. So it's definitely, it's got a place in my heart, and, you know, I'm going to miss it. As much as I hate it, I love it too. So it's all good. Every car that we own just becomes a part of us, and it's just, you have the memories and the experiences, and it's something you're going to take with you for a lifetime. Even the most piece of crap cars. I think back to my first car, which is a 1983 Pontiac 6000, and that thing was just a piece of junk. But you know what? I have such good memories in that car. I drove it for, I don't know, a couple years, and I don't know, it was a pain in the butt, and it was a piece of junk, and it, you know, barely ran. It left me stranded a bunch of times, but man, I have good memories, good times in that car. And that's what I'm just trying to document here. Anyway, I'm rambling. I need to get going to work here, and I'm excited. I'm getting a new car, and it's not new. It's new to me. And the way that it happened is actually a little bit not like I had originally planned. Now, if you recall my monthly income reports, the videos that I've been doing for that little project, and I've also been doing blog posts for that. Got some major fog action going on here. There we go. You'll recall that I was trying to earn money on the side so I could, you know, save up money to buy a car outright. Now, you know, that's all fine and dandy. I've been averaging about, I did the average, and it's about $600 a month or something like that. So, you know, that's decent. I mean, some months are better than others. But the thing is, it's just like, it's gonna take forever for me to save up to get a decent car, something that I want, you know, something that's really nice, and something that I can depend on and I don't have to worry about. And more importantly, or just as importantly, I want it to be something that I'm not embarrassed to drive. Like this car, I mean, it's cool. It's a beater. It's just a 100% beater. It's got faded paint. There's a lot of things about it that don't work. A lot of things are broken. The AC is broken. The power seat will go forward, but it won't go back. You know, there's so many issues, and I'm just sick of that. I want a decent car. Like my Honda Fit. I've got another car. It's a 2010 Honda Fit. That car is perfect. I mean, everything works as it should. I mean, it's a Honda. It's a fairly new Honda. So, but it's the most boring car in the world. And I want a fun car that I can actually enjoy and I don't have to worry about. So I was thinking, okay, you know, I'm making that average of $600 a month, and why not do monthly payments on a car? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I've saved up about $7,500 so far through my car fund project, and that's a good down payment on something, and then I'll just do monthly payments on the rest. So yeah, I think that's the way to do it. It took me a while to convince myself or change my way of thinking, but you know, why not? The money's there, and then I'll have enough down that if I need to get out of it for whatever reason, you know, I could sell it and I won't have to deal with the monthly payments. But yeah, so anyway, yeah, I'm getting a new car, and I'll tell you what, I'm not a Mustang guy. I mean, everything that you've seen on my channel so far and everything that you've seen on driveandreview.com is basically about this Mustang. It's just Mustang, Mustang, Mustang. And it doesn't necessarily mean I'm a Mustang guy, but this car that I bought, it's a 2012 Mustang GT. Yeah, I'm back in another Mustang. I know I said I wanted a sports car, but I don't know, I gotta have a V8. I gotta have that torque. I love the sound of a good V8, and the torque and the push and the pull. It's a requirement. And I was thinking about a C6 Corvette actually, but it's a little bit yeah, I don't know. It's just, I'm not ready for that yet, simply because I don't have a garage to keep it in. I don't have enough garage space. So whatever I buy is going to have to sit outside. And it's not like I live in a bad area. And I live in a very good, safe area, but it's, I don't know, I've had cars messed with, and I've had neighbors who have cars that have been messed with. And no matter where you park a car, people are gonna mess with it. So it's just something to keep in mind. And I don't want people messing with a Corvette. The Corvette's gonna stick out like more than anything. But a Mustang, geez, a Mustang is just gonna blend in completely. I mean, no one's gonna give it a second look, which is important. And I should say that I didn't actually buy the car yet. Here's the deal: I'm getting it from CarMax, and anybody who's bought a car from CarMax knows that. I mean, you can browse their website and you can see all the cars that they have within a certain radius. And I mean, if you see a car that's 500 miles away, CarMax will actually transfer it for you for a small fee or free of charge, depending on how close it is. So actually, what I did is I found a car. This Mustang is up in Ontario, which is just east of LA, not Ontario, Canada. It's LA, Southern California, which is about, I don't know, a couple hours here from San Diego, and I don't have time to go up and look at it. So CarMax is actually going to transfer it down here to San Diego for me, and I'm going to have a look at it before I get a chance to buy it. But everything that I've seen on the website, the car looks good. It looks solid. It's a 2012. It's of course, it's got the 5.0 Coyote engine, 6-speed manual. It's a premium, so it's loaded. It's not exactly what I wanted in terms of, you know, what options are on it. I'd rather have a stripper. I don't like a lot of options on cars. I like to keep things a little bit simple. But whatever. I mean, the color combination is on point, though. I mean, it's exactly what I wanted. It's white with the black interior. And I told you in my last video, in the review of this Mustang, that I did not want leather in my next car. I hated leather. I hate leather. I hate leather. I hate leather. But this car has leather, and yeah, I mean, you know, most cars have leather these days, and I mean, whatever. It's just the color combination is perfect on this car anyway. I mean, I love white cars with the black interior. It looks great, and the car was there, it's available, so, you know, why not? The price is good. Like I said, I have not committed to it 100%, but if the car checks out, I'm gonna get it. I mean, it's exactly what I want, or pretty darn close to what I want, and it's something I can live with easily, or be very happy to live with for the next year or two. I don't really want to live with it for 2 years. I'd like to get into, you know, something different and try different cars. Maybe get that C6 Corvette I was just talking about, but whatever. This Mustang, though, oh yeah, it's pretty badass. And I know I said I wanted a sports car, and this Mustang isn't exactly a sports car, but I mean, geez, 0 to 60, 4.2 seconds, 12-second quarter mile. So I've driven the Camaro SS, which is, you know, pretty much identical to the Mustang in terms of specs, you know, in terms of weight, horsepower, torque, you know, all the numbers. And the Camaro SS is just brutally fast. I've driven a couple Camaros, and each time I drive it, I think, holy shit, it's so fast. It'd be so fun to live with. And I'm sure this Mustang is going to be just as quick. I mean, the numbers prove it. Everyone that I know who has a Mustang with the 5.0 Coyote just loves it. And I've never driven one. I've never even ridden in one yet, but I'm fairly confident it's something I'm going to like quite a bit. I'll know in a couple days. They said they're going to transfer it down here. They couldn't give me an accurate estimate as to when it's going to be here. I'm hoping it'll be here today or tomorrow. I don't really want to drag this out, and I'm sure they don't want to drag it out either. I mean, they just want to get this sale closed as fast as possible. So hopefully by the end of the week I'll be in this car, or at least by the weekend, and we'll just see how it goes. And so far, the process of dealing with CarMax, it's actually pretty cool. It's just, they make things so simple. And I mean, this is not an endorsement for CarMax or anything, but so far it's just like, it's so easy. There's no haggling on the price, and I hate haggling, which is a good thing. And you know, so far so good. I think at the end of this whole process, I'm going to do a recap video on my experience with CarMax and how this all went down. But so far so good. I really can't complain. In terms of what I'm going to do with this Mustang, I don't know yet. I think I'd like to try to sell it privately just so I can get a little bit more money for it. But the thing is, the odometer's broken, and I mean, who wants to buy a car with a broken odometer? It's going to be a pain in the butt. You saw in my last video, the update video for this Mustang, that the car's, I mean, it's in decent shape, but for its age, it's pretty worn down. And just getting rid of it via CarMax, trading it in, that's probably what I'm going to do. In terms of what I think they're going to give me, I have no idea. I would say maybe 500 bucks. I would expect 500 bucks. Just based on watching Doug DeMuro's videos where he went to CarMax to get appraisals on his Hummer H2 and his, what was it? It was the Skyline. And they just totally lowballed them, just basically because they didn't want those cars. I think the same thing is going to happen here. I mean, I know they don't want this Mustang. I mean, this car is going to be sent to auction even before I leave the dealer lodge, so either that or it's going to be sent to the scrapyard. I have no idea, but yeah, they definitely won't want this car. They're going to lowball me, but it'll be interesting just to see what they give me. It's going to be about 500 bucks, I guess, but we'll see. But anyway, if there's anybody watching this within the next few days, first 1,500 bucks takes this thing. I mean, you've seen it in the last video, the conditions it's in. It runs great. It's solid. It's just a few minor things. AC doesn't work. Power seat goes forward. It doesn't go back. Faded paint. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, you know you want it. Come and get it. But yeah, it's going to CarMax, I know. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to give you more updates as soon as I get more information myself. I expect this car to come in within the next day or two, or 3, or really who knows. But it's coming, and updates will be on the way.